Hey guys, how's it going? Kripparrian here. Today we have a hero reveal for you guys coming from Blizzard. It is actually a really big content patch. It is the big content patch of the expansion. Season 3 is coming to Battlegrounds. We got tons of new cards. Undead are coming to Battlegrounds. If you want more about that, check out the official Hearthstone and Battlegrounds channel to hook you up. In today's video, we are going to do a little bit of a deep dive on the already kind of announced new hero, Putricide. That's right. Putricide is coming back to Battlegrounds, but he's coming back in a very different way than he has before. As you can see there, he has a wonderful hero power that combines undead minions to come up with new ones. Now, this is similar to like the Build-A-Beast that we had on one of the Rexar heroes, I believe, in the game, and this power might seem pretty complicated at first, but it'll play pretty well, I believe, and I am going to show you guys a little bit of the inner workings of it. So the build and undead, it basically gives you a set of cards to discover, which is kind of like the first set of cards. Those are from a separate pool, so you won't get the same card like twice on the second set of options, and you combine the cards. Their stats are added together, their abilities are combined, and yeah, it is pretty interesting because there's going to be lots of combinations. Now, there are tavern tiers on the minions that you will be given, but most of the cards I'm going to show you guys today are not actually cards in Battlegrounds. So don't lose your mind that like, oh my god, I can't believe this is a Tavern 2 card. Most of the cards I'm about to show you guys through the Build and Undead system are just cards that exist in the normal game, but they're given a Tavern tier because there's a Tavern tier restriction to the building of Undead through Putricide's hero power. And that restriction is your Tavern tier and lower, but it's a little bit more nuanced than that. So you're guaranteed one of the three options in each of the two sets to be your Tavern tier, and the other Tavern tiers consist, I believe, of two Tavern tiers below, so within two Tavern tiers of your Tavern tier. So it matters a lot. Like if you're going to use this hero power in Tavern 6, you're going to get really high Tavern tier cards. You're not going to be plagued by Tavern 1s and 2s kind of mixing in the pool there. And Pool 1 minions generally consist of in-combat effects, and Pool 2 generally of keywords, in-shop effects, battle cries. You're not going to get like a double battle cry or anything like that. It should play pretty smoothly from what I can tell anyway. And the minion itself that you create, now this is the Putricide's creation, it is actually going to borrow the art from the first cards from the Pool 1 minion that you choose. And the creations, because they're all going to be Putricide creations, kind of, you can't triple them. They are what they are. They're one of a kind, kind of. I guess maybe not, because you might get the same one twice if you're like really lucky. But okay, so what do we got? Give you guys an example. So Banshee is actually a Pool 1 card. So you can get this on Tavern 1, or if you're like Tavern 3 and really unlucky. They're undead, of course they are. And you get a death rattle effect, so you get that. And then Skeletal Sidekick is a Pool 2 card. So if you get the Banshee and the Skeletal Sidekick, you're going to get a 3/3 undead. It's going to have the death rattle from the Banshee, which gives it +2/+1 to a friendly undead when it dies, and the battle cry effect of the Sidekick. So you combine those two together, and that's your build an undead on Tavern 1, probably, maybe. Actually, quite likely. So let's take a look at the other cards. Now, I'm going to have these in order of climbing Tavern tiers, but we're going to do all the Pool 1 cards, and then we're going to do all the Pool 2 cards. Just to give you guys a quick idea, a quick run-through. You guys can study these and post on Reddit your thoughts and combos and all that, but we're just going to do a quick run-through. So we got Foul Egg. This is, again, Pool 1. This is going to show up in the first set of choices out of the two set of choices for your build and undead. So 0/2 Death Rattle, 3/3 Chicken. Now, in Battlegrounds, all cards need to die at some point, so that is going to go off. In Corporal, it's a 5/5, but when it attacks, you destroy it. It's kind of like one of the quests that we had. Ticking Abomination allows you to kill your own stuff. You might not want that, though. it comes with a lot of stats, a 5/6, but it is usually, not necessarily always, but it's usually going to be a negative death rattle. And I love these like advantage, disadvantage cards. We have the Arms Dealer, which is a 1/2, and after you summon an undead, give it +1 attack. And this is not an in-combat effect exclusively, so when this is triggering outside of combat in the shop phase, you get to keep this attack, so that's pretty cool. Flesh-Eating Ghoul, whenever a minion dies, gain +1 attack, 3/3. Gilded Gargoyle, death rattle, add a coin to your hand. Lost Spirit, death rattle, give your other minions +1 attack. It's only 1/1 stats though. The Amalgam is back. Well, maybe not, but it's back in the form of a build an undead. So you can transfer this minion typing and actually get an Amalgam card, which obviously Battlegrounds players know can be pretty good. Jelly Belly, after a friendly minion is reborn, gain +3/+3. So maybe some reborn heavy builds might be possible. Tomb Pillager, oh, we all know that card pretty well if we played Constructed, years ago. Yet another form of coin generation. Fester Root Hulk, 2/7. After a friendly minion attacks, gain 1 attack. Hungering Abomination, we're getting to the high tavern tiers now. Avenge, gain 1/1 permanently. Oh, I can see that getting really big. Bone Baron, Tavern 6. This is, again, still pool 1. It's a 5/5 with death rattle of 2/1/1 to your hand. We'll see how that works. The Bone Drake, add a random dragon to your hand as a death rattle. Now, I believe that this card can only show up in the Build an Undead if dragons are actually part of your current Battlegrounds game, in terms of the banning of minions, that is. And that's pretty cool. You can build up some dragons. Devour of Souls, after a friendly minion dies, gain its death rattle. Yep, start the post, guys. Start the theory crafting. These are pool 2 cards now. We're going to have Arceus Veteran, which is a 2/1 battle cry. Give a friendly minion +1 attack. You know, those little stat points do matter quite a bit in the early stages. Risen Rider, Taunt, and Reborn. Not bad. Amgam Rager. It might not look like much. The disadvantage is that it has very low attack, but when you combine it with another undead, it can actually be enough attack and a lot of health, which usually puts a strong minion on the board. Candle Taker, decent stats and Reborn. Fallen Sun Cleric, give a friendly minion +1/+1, 2/1. Tavern 3 starts to get pretty spicy. Reborn, Taunt, and very good stats. Grim Necromancer has the battle cry of spawning skeletons, which seem to be perhaps a efficient way to generate tokens and push for triple strategies. The Stealth and gain 1/1 at the start of your turn. Shade of Naxxramas. It's actually one of my all-time favorite cards in the normal game. Well, this can be part of the Build an Undead. And as you'll see, the Stealth word is starting to make a bit of an impact in Battlegrounds. And once again with Shadow Rager, high attack and stealth. Sunborn Valkyr, adjacent minions +2 health, 5/4. That's a lot of stats. Drakari Embalmer gives a friendly undead Reborn. Stealth and Reborn with the Wasteland Assassin. The Venomancer puts up Poison back in the pool. And lastly, the Colossus of the Sun. 6/6 Divine Shield and Reborn. So there's some really big combination effects possible there. And to really understand how this is all going to work and just how good this hero is going to be, well, we'll have to play the new patch. So until then, hope you guys enjoyed my review, and we'll see you next time.